to share with you guys a little bit about hair growth, hair loss. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Let me go over to Instagram and try to make sure that I am live. See if I can do this here. All right, all right, all right. How's everyone today? How are you? How are you? How are you? It is LaRon from SBL Hair in Pleasantville, New Jersey. Trying to make sure that I look presentable. I should have done this earlier. I apologize. So I want to say thank you because all of you, your time is important. So I always want to say thank you for joining me because you could have been doing something else. So please let me know. Hi, good morning. How are you, hair replacement? Capilar, I don't know how to pronounce that, but thank you for joining me today. I know it may get a bit, the stream may not work too well, but I just want to say thank you for joining me today. So my name is LaRon. I am a certified IAT trichologist here in Pleasantville, New Jersey, and I just want to talk today about CCCA, how it begins and how it affects a large majority of people. I am here on TikTok. If you guys have any questions for me, please let me know. I'll go ahead and introduce myself. I'm on TikTok here, and I'm also on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. I know the feed probably will go in and out. I'm trying to stream to 3 places with StreamYard, and then I'm also here on TikTok. So I apologize if the feed kind of goes in and out. I just switched to T-Mobile, and it's not doing too well. It is actually, it lags a bit, and I just switched over, so I know that it's probably going to give me a couple issues. But I want to say thank you again. My name is LaRon Quarles, and I'm the owner of SBL Hair Loss in Pleasantville, New Jersey. I am how long have I been styling hair? I've been a hairstylist since 1987. I started a high school program in 1985, graduated from high school in 1987, and I have been licensed ever since. So it's almost about to be maybe 40 years since I've been a hairstylist. 50? Shoot, I don't even know. No, can't be 50 because I'm 56. So I have been a hairstylist since 1987. I have been a hair loss practitioner. Hello, 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 everyone. I have been a hair loss practitioner since 2016 and a certified IAT trichologist. So now my focus is really around who I can help as far as their hair loss and the way their scalp feels, the way their scalp is being maintained. I have been moving away from being just a regular hairstylist because we have 1,000 hairstylists. We have braid shops. We got Dominican hairstyling. We have hair salons every other block. But for the last 10, 15 years or so, I'm trying to devote my life to just hair loss. People with alopecia, people losing their hair. So if you guys have any questions, all you have to do is just put them in the chat and then I'll answer your questions. But today, I want to talk to you all about high sugar and spice, high YEK, Argbo. These names, a lot of these names I can't even pronounce. I just want to say thank you because you guys could have been doing anything else with your time. But today I want to talk about CCCA. For a lot of people, CCCA, it starts very innocently. It starts out as scalp pain. It starts out as itching, burning, tingling. It starts out as swelling. The parts in your hair start to widen. You're going back and forth to the doctor, and then they're giving you the dreaded ketoconazole. They're giving you the ketoconazole for your itching, for your flaking, because your scalp is in pain, it's tender. Those are sometimes the beginnings of CCCA. A lot of people, they don't understand it. So I want to talk to you all today about how CCCA kind of begins, and I want to give you some helpful information in that regard. So CCCA is short for centrifugal cicatricial alopecia. If you guys can, if you know somebody that's dealing with hair loss, they've been to the dermatologist and they're suffering and they don't know how to get out of it. They've been to the dermatologist. They want some more help. They want to work on it naturally. Please share this live out because this information is not just for you. It's for your friends, it's for your mamas, for your sisters, for your girlfriend. It's for that girl that keeps hollering and complaining to you about her hair, but she doesn't have anybody to help her. So when you guys have any dealings with sensitivity, scalp pain, your scalp is burning, your scalp is flaking, it's tingling, it's itching, you're getting intralesional steroid shots, you're getting clobetasol steroid liquid to calm down the inflammation. Let me share with you a little bit about what's happening, because you're going through an inflammatory process. CCCA is an inflammatory mediated issue. It's an inflammatory mediated sickness, illness, disease, syndrome. I want you all to understand that this is all due to inflammation. So this is what is happening. This is a life-size model because I want to make sure that everybody sees this, because I'm streaming in different places. So for my Facebook, for my Instagram, and my YouTube community, I want you to see this red and blue here. These are veins. These are arteries. Okay, veins and arteries. They're leading from the body. The arteries lead to arterioles. The arterioles lead to capillaries. The capillaries bring the blood flow to the scalp. So if there's something going on inside of your blood, it's going to go all through your arterioles, from the arteries to the capillaries, and it's going to lead to your scalp. And this is where the hair comes out. So these are the layers of the skin, and layers of skin are microscopic. They're not very far. If somebody hits you on the head, they cut you to the white meat, because the layers of the skin are very thin. It's not like it's very deep. You can just tap somebody and you can cause them to begin bleeding, and you can hit them in the subcutaneous area of the scalp. So what is happening is there's something going through your blood supply. There's something going on in your body. Thank you for my hearts. I appreciate it. I'm trying to make sure I give you some value. Thank you. If you guys understand anything, if this resonates with any of you, please just send me some hearts. I appreciate it. So what I want you to understand is anything that's going on through your blood, if there's too much sugar, if there's too much stress, too much medication, too much yeast, too much fungus from the gut, too many medications, guess what? It's going to affect all of this here. It's going to affect your blood supply that's leading to the bulb and the papilla and the hair root. And it's going to go all through this dermal root sheath and migrate through the hair. Now, the inflammation that we feel when we're feeling that pain, that stiffness, that tingling, it's affecting this area here. This is called the infundibulum. This area here, this bulgy region right here, this is the sebaceous gland. Sebaceous gland is sweat gland. So each time we sweat, each time we secrete oil from our scalp, that's that area here that gets affected. So when this area here gets affected and it suffers inflammation from whatever it is that you're experiencing can kill this whole area. And that pain, that's that arthritis pain. That's that bursitis pain, that IBS pain. That's that pain, gout, like that gout you get, but you're getting it here in the scalp. So when your scalp is in pain and you're suffering and you run to the dermatologist and then they give you this ketoconazole, and then they're giving you that clobetasol, and then they're giving you those intralesional steroid shots. They're helping you to reduce inflammation. But where's that inflammation coming from? When you visit your dermatologist and they share with you that you need to get these shots, sometimes they walk in out of your pain. Sometimes they just give you the shot. A lot of my clients don't even realize that they're going to get a shot. Yes, it is painful, but what they're trying to do is to reduce the white blood cell attack on your skin and its tissues. So it does help to do that temporarily, but is that a long-term solution? So I'm going to talk about it today. I want to talk to you guys about the whole inflammatory process, because CCCA is an inflammatory mediated situation, an inflammatory mediated disease and syndrome. I want you all to understand that. Thank you so much for my hearts. If you guys, I don't see any of y'all here with any numbers next to your name. I see Jersey Girl got some numbers. I see Love Me got some numbers. You want to know how y'all get numbers next to your name? How TikTok rewards you? By tapping on the screen. You'll get access to more communities. You'll get access to more things when you do tapping, because tapping is free. You can also gain more points by tapping this number here and then tapping down the screen. TikTok will give you more points because you're giving us So I don't want to say it because TikTok doesn't like us to ask you to do that. So if you guys want to get numbers next to your name, all you have to do is tap the screen and unlock gifts that TikTok will give you. So tap this number here and go all the way down. Sometimes you may need to recharge so that you can get numbers next to your name. But when you get the numbers next to your name, you get access to more and more free gifts, programs, and things that TikTok gives you. So I just wanted to put that out there. Thank you so much for the hearts. I really appreciate it. So when I tell all my clients, Miss Elder, Mary, and Stacy, thank you so much. I appreciate it because this information that God has given me is not for me, it's for y'all. I'm giving this information because the Lord has downloaded it to me so that I can transfer to you. I ask him every day, how can I be a resource to my community today? And this is how I'm being a resource, by sharing with you all that we need to take care of our lives. Our walk in this journey is not guaranteed. We're not guaranteed to have hair. Our hair can leave us today if we don't do what we're supposed to do. So I see a remarkable number of people that come into my chair as a trichologist every single day, every week, every month, because of the effects of CCCA. One of the primary types of CCCA that I see most often are lichen planopilaris, which is a thickening of the skin. When the skin starts getting attacked by the cytokines released from the body due to our inflammation from how we're living, a lot of times those cytokines that are released in the body causes us to have inflammation. So there'll be periods where our scalp is on fire for a while, it's itching really, really bad for a while, then it'll stop. It's on fire for a while, it's itching, it's burning, it's stinging, it's painful, and then it stops. So these are periods and peaks of waves of when you're in certain levels and stages of your CCCA. Over time, because of how we're living, sometimes the body will attack itself. After the body heals itself, it starts to build layers of biofilms and skin cells on the scalp, and the scalp starts to thicken. So lichen is a thickening of the skin once the body's cytokines that are released due to inflammation start attacking the skin. So I want you all to understand, as a hairstylist, I can spot it a mile away. As soon as someone sits in my chair, I know they've been living a life of inflammation because I can look at their scalp, because the scalp will have liver spots, it'll have hyperpigmentation, it'll have light spots, and the follicles look like they're being choked. So it's called fibrosing in a lot of situations. So what I see most often is a syndrome called lichen planopilaris or lichen planus. That is one primary type of scarring forms of alopecia or CCCA. Another that I see is folliculitis and folliculitis decalvans. If I could, thank you so much for my hearts. I deeply appreciate it. Another type, and I said I was only going to mention two, another type that I see most often, a lot of people confuse this with traction alopecia, but they're markedly different. Traction alopecia is not FFA or frontal fibrosing alopecia. It's called FFA. If you guys want to dip off for a minute, research that and come back. FFA looks completely different than traction alopecia. With traction alopecia, you still have little marginal hairs around the hairline. There will be areas where you still have hair, little pieces of hair all the way around. It'll be some all the way around here. With FFA, the white blood cells, the immune system literally attacks this whole area here. It will attack the melanocytes. So that's the color that provides the color to our skin, to our hair, to everything. So the reason why we have this color, the caramel color, the tan color, the pink color, whatever color we have, is due to the melanocytes in our DNA. So our melanocytes are attacked by the immune system. So most often when someone has frontal fibrosing alopecia, this entire area that is being attacked has a different color because the melanocytes, the color of the skin, is being attacked as well as the color of the hair. So I'm going to dip off for a second. This is the primary reason why when clients have alopecia areata and their hair begins to grow back, one of the things the immune system will do is attack the melanocytes. So often when clients regrow hair due to alopecia areata, the hair will come back white because the color cells of the hair are affected. So I'm back. with FFA, you can tell the difference between FFA and traction alopecia because the skin will be lighter. It will be discolored. So I want you all to understand that with FFA, it'll look like you have a very high forehead or your hair is starting to migrate backwards and there will be no hair. The skin color will also change because the melanocytes are affected. So I want you all to remember that. That's a new term that you learned today. Melanocytes. Those are color cells. That gives the cells color. Melanin and site, because site is short for cell. So the color of the cells are attacked. So those are three that I see primary in my trichology clinic most often. Frontal fibrosing alopecia, folliculitis decalvans, and this is where when I use a microscope or trichoscope, I'm going to show you what one of them looks like. Let me see. Let me get my small one. Give me 1 second because I want to show you what this looks like. I keep 2 trichoscopes here in my center, and I want to show you what some of the pictures look like. When I'm looking at pictures under a microscope, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. I can't tell you how much, because sometimes I come on here and I guess my information is so deep, like I don't even get any applause, and I appreciate that. So I want to share with you what it is that I'm looking for when I'm doing my scanning services. So this is a picture. I know you can't see it and it's probably a little blurry, but this is what I'm looking for when I do, that's my book. That's my CCCA and scarring alopecia book. So this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking under a microscope to see, do I see follicles? Do I see fibrosing? Do I see miniaturization? I'm looking for a lot when my clients come in. So when they come in, I use my microscope. I use my microscope, or should I say a trichoscope. And then I sit here and then I, move it up and down. And I'm looking at the scalp. I'm looking at the quality of the scalp. I'm looking to see if I see multiple hair follicles and hairs coming out of one follicle, because that's one primary reason and primary indicator of folliculitis decalvans. So when you come in to the salon as a trichologist, I'm looking for various things. And I'm also going to ask you questions about your life, how your scalp feels, how long it's been going through, the issues it's been going through. Are you on any medication? Are you seeing a dermatologist? What is it that you're taking? Because I'm going to try to help you develop a plan as soon as possible to get you out of that inflammatory cycle, which is not going to be overnight. Now, those intralesional steroid shots, that's quick. However, it's very painful, and a lot of people don't want to have to go through that very often, but that is a resource for you. So I would never say to anyone, don't go to dermatologist. Yes, you can. If you have that resource, you have that in your medical benefits plan, do all that you can do. Go get your medications, your items to help you control the itching, the burning, the stinging, the pain. However, what I'm sharing with you today is CCCA is an inflammatory mediated syndrome. If you don't control the inflammation, you're going to have that problem indefinitely, because the dermatologist is only putting a lid on the symptom. The dermatologist is not giving you the answer to get out of this situation. They're not sending you to a nutritionist and a dietitian. They're not sending you somewhere to get the skinny on how you arrived at that condition. That's why I'm giving you this information today, because I want to let you know there are people like myself. There are people who I train daily as hair loss practitioners who serve the community to help you understand how you got in that position, how we can help you deal with it and get yourself out of it. Now, I also like to say, because I only have 10% left on my phone here on TikTok, if you're going through an inflammatory situation, you're going through CCCA, you have to understand where the inflammation is coming from. The inflammation is coming from an organ. It's coming from your blood supply. It's coming from the high sugar in your diet. It's coming from the intense amount of yeast and lack of microbial matter in your gut. It's coming from your liver because there's too much liver fat. It's too much inflammation in your gallbladder. There's too much lymphatic waste all in your tissues, and your head is all lumpy, and then your breasts are bothering you, and your ankles are all swollen because your lymphatic system is not working. So what I want to share with you all is, when you're going through CCCA, your head does not exist without the entire body. The blood that flows from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet all works together. So if you have inflammation here, you have inflammation all over. So I want to just point out right now that when you're going through a problem with CCCA, the inflammation is systemic. There's inflammation all over. If you have that, you probably also have eye pain. You probably also have arthritis and bursitis and gout and IBS, and your body's hurting. Your eyes are hurting. You can't see. Your eyesight is getting worse because inflammation affects the entire body. You're probably itching all the time. Everything breaks you out. Oh, I can't have that. I have to have sensitive skin this and sensitive skin that, because you're inflamed. You're toxic. So what I want to share with you today is, in addition to CCCA being an inflammatory mediated event, I also want to help you understand that there are 4 additional primary reasons. Inflammation is one, so I say 5, but I want to give you 4 primary additional reasons why we tend to have problems with scarring alopecia, CCCA, lichen planopilaris, frontal fibrosing alopecia, pseudopelade. I want to share that with you. One of the primary reasons that I see in my salon, in my trichology practice, most often is fungal issues. When you have a sluggish gut, when there's too much yeast, there's not enough microbial matter, good bacteria in your gut, you're not going to the bathroom often, when you're not consuming your pre and your probiotic fiber every day, when you're not taking care of your gut, when you're eating massive amounts of sugar, you're not going to the bathroom maybe once or twice a day, when you're not eating enough fiber, over time, your body's going to develop a problem with yeast. You may develop candidiasis. You may develop those black toes and those fingers where it's letting you know you're dealing with a lot of yeast. The nails on your toes will start to sit up and come off, and then you're going to be having a problem with nail fungus and toe fungus, frequent yeast infections, frequent itching, frequent scaling, dermatitis, seborrhea, because of the combination of yeast and the inflammation it causes. So when my clients come in and the dermatologist gives them this ketoconazole, or my clients tell me, oh, they put me on clobetasol, oh, they gave me an intraletral steroid shot, I'm like, oh, yeah. And I'll look at their scalp. Sometimes I can smell the yeast and the fungus coming off of the scalp. When I part it and I see the white film, when I take my trichoscope and I look at their scalp, I can see the buildup. It's nothing but yeast, white and cloudy and muddy. Your scalp is supposed to be good and visible. I'm supposed to see good, clear follicles. If I see a whole lot of white debris on your scalp, I can see the yeast. I don't need you to tell me what you're eating. I already know what you're eating. So that's 2. I want you all to understand with CCCA, the second thing that I need you to understand is it's an inflammatory mediated condition. It's an inflammatory mediated event because this happens with time. It also is fungal based. So when you're not in control of your gut, you're not giving your gut what it needs, you're not eating the brown rice, you're not eating the pre and probiotic fiber, you're not eating the green vegetables, good raw and freshly steamed vegetables, you're cooking your food to death, when you don't want to eat the skin on a potato, when you don't want to include natural fiber in your diet, you want to juice, but you want to take the fiber out of the juice, which your body needs to keep your blood sugar stable, to keep things moving through your gut. When you want to, do what you're doing and you want to take all the fiber out your food, then you're going to tear your body down. You're going to make your body work harder, and it's going to take it out on you because you're not giving the body natural fiber. Natural fiber in the body helps keep blood sugar stable. It'll help you keep your blood sugar from coming up, coming down, because the fiber helps keep your blood sugar in balance. It keeps it from going up and then insulin coming down to have to, knock it back down. Then you're hungry in an hour. That's why we have to have fiber in our diets. The fiber usually for the body, it is not supposed to be able to digest it. That's why you get a little bit of gas. Sometimes you get a little bloat from fiber because your body's not supposed to digest it. It's supposed to take all that debris and gook from the sides of your colon and take it on out along with the protein and the good fat and the carbohydrates you just ate. You're not supposed to be able to digest soluble and insoluble fiber all the time. It's supposed to help take everything and move it through your gut, which is why I always try to put my clients on a good fiber diet, especially for their heart and for their gut, because of the fungal issues that show up in scarring alopecia. So that's the second one, inflammatory mediated, fungal based. Next is bacteria. I have a large amount of people when they come in and they get their blood chemistry analysis done, and I bring up their health improvement plan of the things that they have to work on. Or if I do my bioscan, all of what shows up in your body comes out in the data, which is why when people inbox me and they say, well, can you just give me something? Can you tell me what to use on my hair and scalp? No, I cannot, because I need data. I don't just say, oh, you having this problem? Boop, let's throw it against the wall, see if that fits. Let's see if that works. I'm a health professional. I'm a health and wellness professional. I need data. I need to see what it is that you're dealing with, what you're experiencing, so that I can help you bring balance and change to your body so that you can kind of get out of this situation. So a lot of times I'll see a lot of my people say to me, oh, I'm having this problem, I look at their scalp, they have acne necrotica, they have folliculitis, they have situations going on, and I'll do my scans and I'll see that they're dealing with a lot of bacteria. A lot of bacteria can migrate into the body, become a systemic issue. You may have had a cavity in your mouth that you let linger. Now your tooth is black. Now you have systemic bacteria running through your scalp. You may have had a partner that has a bacterial issue that may translate into you giving you BV, bacteria vaginosis. So now you're having a systemic issue with bacteria. Then you got a cavity that you're not taking care of. So you got this bacteria migrating through your body. And I have been in contact with people who have become septic. So when you're dealing with bacteria, long lingering bacteria in the body, it can cause problems with your scalp. It can come out as folliculitis. So I want you guys to understand, as a hair loss professional, all this translates to health and wellness. Your hair does not exist in a vacuum. It doesn't exist on its own by itself. It exists with the neck, with the spine, with your back and your arms and your feet and your legs. The hair, everything goes together. So if you're having a problem here, you're having a problem everywhere. And I'll see it once I get the information. But it's my goal to find out where I need to provide balance in your body, help support, so that we can get you out of this situation. So when you're visiting your dermatologist, find yourself a hair loss practitioner, go to a trichologist and see what else you need to work on. Will it be easy? No, because if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. So the other thing is, in addition to it being an inflammatory problem, a fungal problem, or a bacterial problem, I also want to let you know that if you are dealing with a virus or viral load, if you've ever had a viral load, certain specific types of viruses can contribute to the dynamic of your alopecia and influence your hair loss because it's a virus. So one type, and I can't find my book because I don't know where my assistant put my book, because sometimes I'll use props while I'm doing my lives and I'll sit it down and then my assistant will put it down somewhere and then I can't find it. So I cannot seem to find my color atlas of hair loss differential diagnosis. I usually try to share that with you guys so that you can see it's in print, because 9 times out of 10, people ain't gonna believe me, but they'll believe it if it's in print. They won't listen to me, the Black woman who does everything possible to read, study, and bring in the information. But if it's in print, you'll believe it. So having items like COVID, having the deer tick virus, or even herpes can contribute to you having a scarring and inflammatory dynamic on the scalp. So I need for you guys to understand that your life does not exist in a vacuum. It can show up in different areas of your body as a pimple here, a herpes here, a herpes in your labia, or herpes on your scalp. It does not matter if you're being medicated and treated for it, because when you have your flare-ups, it can migrate because it's a systemic issue running all through your body, all through the bloodstream. Your hair often will pay the price for how it is that we are living and what we're exposed to. So I just have one more aspect of the CCCA to go through, and then I'm gonna answer the questions because then I have a 10 o'clock Zoom call with a client that wants to grow their hair back. So please give me a second, y'all. I'm going to answer these questions, and if you have any questions, just put them in the chat because I'm going to go through and answer them all. So I want you all to understand, and if you can, put in the chat what you heard me share are the common reasons for CCCA. So I said inflammatory, fungal, bacterial, viral, and last but not least, I want to share with you that CCCA is also protozoa linked. Protozoa. Now, if you did not know what a protozoa is today, I'm going to let you know what protozoa is. So I got a brief story for you because my coach always tells me to share in my demonstrations in my lives, to share with people how I learned or earned information. Because he says, well, people don't really care about the information. They want to know how you came up with the information. So I like watching The Incredible Dr. Paul. I watch every episode. I've watched every single one. And it's the same thing all the time. He's talking about sheep and lamb, cows and birds and dogs and cats. But what I noticed is those animals get worms. So he gives them dewormers. You know, when your vet calls you and you have pets, they always ask for you to make sure you stay on top of your heartworm and your worm products for your animals. And a lot of people around where I live, because I'm here in New Jersey, this is farm country. You go 5 minutes outside of where I am and it's nothing but farms, nothing but deer, nothing but animals, cows and wild turkeys and everything. What Dr. Paul and what my vet has helped me to understand, because my dog has to get his heartworm medication. Cats and dogs and pets get worms. They get treated for it. However, hi, Miss Tanya, how are you? If you have any questions, please let me know. We're discussing CCCA today and how it impacts our lifestyle and 5 contributing reasons why we have problems with CCCA. So when Dr. Paul and my vet talks about heartworm, I listen because I want to make sure that my dog is fine, that he has no problems with worms. But what happens is worms, like anything else, they feed on us. They feed on our waste. They feed on our blood. They feed on us. What happens is these worms, sometimes when they go through the body, they'll migrate. Sometimes they end up, pork worms will end up in the scalp, and they'll cause you temporary issues with how you think. Sometimes you'll be off balance because they're worms that travel through the blood-brain barrier and end up in your scalp. I read these situations on NIH and the PubMed and on the medical websites all the time. Pork worms. People eat undercooked meat. They eat pork. There are loaded sources of pork worms. All you have to do is go to Google and look up pork and worms, and 1,000 articles will come up. When you are traveling to different areas and they feed you fake fish. There are lots of fake fish. There are lots of fish that are they come from China and different areas. The fish is not good. Sometimes they're swimming in farms and they're swimming in their own seepage, sewage, and they're not fresh, and they're not wild caught. So some of these farm-raised fish, some of these animals that we eat and deal with have worms. They have worms. So these worms, once we ingest these worms and they get into our body, they leave behind waste. After they feed on us, they leave behind the waste. That waste causes autoimmune reactions for us. The autoimmune reactions can lodge themselves here in the scalp and cause you autoimmune hair loss. So I want you all to understand, hair loss and CCCA is no joke. The inflammatory event that comes about comes from the fact that when your blood is not right, it causes your body to be inflamed. When your blood supply is not right, when this blood supply here is not right, it will cause inflammation. It will cause cytokines to be released from the body. So it basically kind of attacks itself because it's trying to deal with what you are giving it. So if you guys are dealing with CCCA, any type of hair loss, temporary thinning, alopecia areata, a crazy jacked up scalp, flaking, dermatitis, seborrhea, anything you got, I can help you deal with. If you want to just take care of your own hair at home, if you've been diagnosed with CCCA, if you have any problems, I promise you, just reach out and we can help you work on it here at SBL Hair in Pleasantville, New Jersey. I do want to say, I don't work with those who are not ready to dig into their own lives and work on whatever it is that they need to handle. I don't deal with those. I'm on a budget. I don't deal with, oh, I'll get my check next month. If you don't have the resources to invest in yourself, we're probably not the place for you, because we do a series of scanning services. We ship you out a microscope if you're not in our area. You have to download an app. You have to take advantage of our 1 hour session, which is an investment. It is a cost associated with that, because for me, it's work. It's not free information. I am working. When you send me your information, I have to read it. I have to research all your medications. I have to see whatever it is that you're involved in, what you've been up against. I have to do my research. So for me, it's work. When I ship you out your microscope and you send me your images, then I have to get on my phone and I have to look at the images. I have to look at them and see what it is that I see. I need to study your contributors. Then when we meet, then we're having a chat session to understand what it is that we see, because now you're going to have a bioscan done, or either I'm going to evaluate what I see in your blood work, and we're going to put a plan in place. So for me, that's work. That's an investment in you. You have to invest in yourself. I only work with those who are ready to make the leap, because working with us, it is an investment, because you do have to change a few things. You will have to change the way you eat. You may have to eat according to your blood type. You may have to take some products to help support your body during this process. If you were doing everything you were supposed to do, your hair wouldn't be where it is now. So what I want to share with you is, if you need a little bit of help, I am here. All you have to do is visit my link in the profile, and I'm going to tap on it, because I usually get a lot of questions after I get off the chat. I can't find your link. I don't know where it is. So TikTok, this is my link. This is TikTok. All you got to do is tap this little thing right here. When you guys go over to Instagram, when you go to Facebook, when you go to YouTube, all you have to do is go to my homepage. There's a link there. You just tap on the link and all of that information will come up. So for TikTok, all you have to do is go to my bio. If you want to reach me by email, here's my email. You can call me. If you want to find out where we are, please don't send me a message to say, I can't find a link. I can't find out how to get in touch with you. It's right here. All you have to do is tap on this link. Tap on the link. So this is a YouTube link. This is my extended link. You tap on the link if you want more information on how to get next to me. So for Instagram, when you go to my link in Instagram, this is what you'll see when it eventually comes up, if you want to give it a second. This is what you'll see when you tap on my link tree. I know it's a little bright. You can't really see it, but this is what you'll see. And all you have to do is just scroll. You scroll the page. These are some of my ebook guides. I've written books on how to improve your menstrual cycle, how to solve those itchy kitty problems when you have frequent yeast infections, hormonal hair loss, scarring, alopecia, and hair loss, 5 reasons why you're losing your hair, a medication and nutrition guide if you're on multiple medications and you're wondering why you're losing your hair. This guide will help you understand what you need to be taking so that you can improve your hair growth and improve your health. If you want to know how to get in touch with me, all you have to do is scroll, and then you'll see an area here. It's got 3 people with scrubs on. Like myself, I have a scrub on right now. All you have to do is go to those 3 people in those blue scrubs and book a 15-minute call. If you are ready to invest in yourself and you know you have the resources to invest in yourself for the next 3 to 6 months, because it will take maybe light therapy, auricular therapy. It may take Chinese medicine. It may take you detoxifying your lymphatic system, detoxifying your scalp, detoxifying your liver, clearing your gut. I don't know. I don't know what your program will take, because I don't know what's going on with you. So invest in yourself, give yourself this time to look into what your body needs so that we can help you fix it holistically. I am not saying don't go to your dermatologist. However, your dermatologist may not give you all of these extra pieces. As a health practitioner, a hair loss practitioner, a holistic hair loss practitioner, and a certified trichologist, this is what we do. We help you fill in the missing pieces as the support staff to help you identify what you need to work on. So I want to say again, if you need me, all you have to do is just go to my link and all this will appear. So for Facebook, all you have to do is leave me a comment and I will answer any of your comments. If not today, tomorrow, leave me an inbox. For YouTube, all you have to do is just leave a comment on the page that you're looking at. I will get back to you. If you need my information, you need a way to get in touch with me, my link is going across the screen as we speak. HTTPS link tr.ee/hair loss center NJ. TikTok, all of my information is here at the top. Now I'm going to go ahead and just see if anyone has any questions. If you have any questions about your particular hair growth, hair loss, if there's anything that I can help you with, I'm going to answer those questions because I got to dip off because I have a 10 o'clock Zoom call with a potential client who's interested in working on her needs. Now, again, I say it is an investment to work with us. 15 minutes initially is free. You can reach out to us, let us know your concerns, let me know what it is you're dealing with, and then I'll share with you what it is that we provide. We have information of everything that we provide, what we do, what you will come in contact with when you work with us. It's all on our website. Our website is hairlosscenternj.com. Everything that we do is there. If you don't go to the website and you don't read, but you want to ask me what it is that I do, what it is I provide on a 15-minute call, you can do that, but all that information is on the website. I want to devote that time to digging into you and finding out your experience and what has been going on with you. And I can share with you what we can provide for you as a resource next. Either you would like to visit us in person or work with us virtually because it's called telehealth. There's no reason why I can't serve your needs. If you're in Mexico or Chicago or California or New Jersey, it doesn't matter. I can still service your needs because I ship out the microscope when you move forward to the next phase in our program. We have some programs that include body balancing kits, hair restoration kits. Some of our programs are 3 months, 6 months. Some of them are 6 months to a year. I'm not sure what your situation will be, but if you're having issues with your hair, I encourage you to just invest in yourself. So I'm going to go through and see if anybody asks me any questions. If you guys are still here, I apologize that I didn't get to answer them, but I'm going to go through now to see if anyone has any issues. Ralphie, buddy? Ralphie? You okay, buddy? Okay. I'm sorry, everyone. My dog sounded like he was having a little bit of an issue. So Shannon said, how do I correct this? I'm not really sure what you were asking me when you say, how do I correct this? How do you correct what? If you can, my sister, please be more specific and help me help you by allowing me to help you answer your question. So the hair loss stylist, you guys have to follow her because I follow her as well. I love following all my sisters who are saying what is needed to be said. All of us say it in a different way, but there are more ways than one to skin a cat. So I love the hair loss stylist. She's here and she says, say it louder, and it's inflammation. So I want to let you all know if you have any questions, you can put them in now because I want to start answering them. So Shannon answered the main way is diet and lifestyle. Yes, of course. Yes. And Pink Intent says she's not lying. Thank you so very much. I appreciate that. Yes. And the hair loss stylist says speak that. I appreciate it. So, okay, Miss Maxine Howard, I appreciate you for joining me again today. So Miss Maxine said, what kind of probiotics do women need? Women need a combination of prebiotic fiber and probiotic fiber. There is our food supply and the system has been eradicated these days. It's loaded with toxicity. A lot of our food has been stripped of the necessary fiber that we need in our diets. So what I like to share with people is I want to give you guys an example. I like to grow food. Every year I like to grow food. However, if I don't take the time to enrich my soil, I'm not really going to have good crops. I like putting down peppers and tomatillos and peppers of green and yellow and red and tomatoes and lettuce, kale, cabbage. I like to plant whatever I can. If I rush and I don't add my nitrogen and my plant food, if I don't add my black cow manure to it, I'm not going to have a good crop. It works the same with pre and probiotic fiber. You need prebiotics. Prebiotics feed the probiotic bacteria in your gut. You need food for the good bacteria so it can multiply. It's hard for you to just take probiotics and it duplicates on its own. You need food to feed the microbial matter in your gut. So this is one of my heavy hitters. I recommend this all the time. And you can find this on my website, and it's the same price as you can get it on Amazon. These are only $20, and I recommend this all the time. All you have to do is go to my website. It's right in the bio, and it's Organic India pre and probiotic fiber. So Miss Maxine, that's what I recommend because I swear by it. All of my clients that I put on that have a bowel movement in 24 hours. I don't care how backed up you are. I don't care what you're going through. This here will get you right together. So again, everyone, this is Organic India. It's a pre and probiotic fiber. It's a psyllium fiber, but it's not that mealy Metamucil type grainy fiber that you're going to see at the bottom of your cup. Because as soon as you put it in your container, it starts to become miscible with water, and it's not all thick and slimy. Ugh. It's not like that, but it works very well. So I want to keep going. So Miss Tanya, I probably won't be able to do it right this second, but I'll send you the link to my website of where you can find this, and I'll make sure that this gets out to you. So I want to see if I have any more questions, and I just want to say thank you so much again. And Miss Linda J said inflammation. Good. I'm glad you were listening. So yes, Yum Snooky. Yeah, finasteride and minoxidil are good to use. However, certain people have different issues when they begin taking minoxidil because it's a vasodilator. Some people get headaches. Some people start getting dark circles under their eyes. I'm not saying don't use it. Some people have different experiences when they take minoxidil because it's like peppers and the capsaicin in peppers. Whenever you're dealing with peppers, you have to immediately wash your hands because if you forget and you touch your face, your eyes will be burning for the next couple hours. Minoxidil is the same way. If you squeeze it on and you go to wipe it because it's dripping, and anywhere you tap, you're going to have hair all up underneath your face, neck, and chin. So you have to be careful when you're using minoxidil because it's a vasodilator. A lot of times, hair will grow in places that you really didn't want it to grow because it's stimulating the process of opening your arteries and your veins wider so that whatever it is that you're using can get inside and be accepted by the capillaries. So when you are using minoxidil, a lot of times you'll get hair in different places because it's allowing your blood vessels to open to accept the product that you're using. And you'll get hair here, you'll get hair here, hair here. You may get hair where you want it, but you're going to get hair everywhere else. So, it just depends if you want to go through that or not. Not saying you will. Different people experience different things. And also a side note, minoxidil, because when you're putting it on, it is a liquid. So it contains different things that make it wet. Alcohol is added to the formula so it can dry and evaporate because you don't want something just wet all in your head for, a couple minutes at a time. So it's enriched with alcohol. The alcohol tends to dry a lot of people's scalps out. And because we don't advise you to put anything else on your scalp because you don't want to clog your follicles and your pores, a lot of times that alcohol kind of makes the skin tighten all up, just like when you put alcohol on your face. Now your skin's all tight because you took all the oil off of it. So, if you want to take the minoxidil, you can take it because it may work for you. However, you may get some side effects. Finasteride, you can get from your dermatologist because you can only get that with a prescription. So I haven't had any of my clients tell me that they've had side effects from finasteride, but I myself as a holistic practitioner, I like to use things like rosemary and saw palmetto and different things to help stimulate natural growth from the inside out and topically if I can. However, when you're using holistic products, they're going to be so much easier in the body because we recognize plants. We recognize things that come from the ground because we come from the ground. Finasteride, you can use it, but you're going to have to replace it with something else once you stop using it. The same with minoxidil. Once you stop using the minoxidil, it can cause a temporary outflow of hair because now you've stopped using the drug therapy. It can cause a temporary effluvium of the hair follicle because you're stopping the program. So I want you to understand you may lose the same hair that you were working to gain when you started the finasteride and minoxidil, and you're going to have to overlap and replace it with something else because you may have fallout. You may have fallout of the same hair that you just work so hard to grow. So when we're using drug therapy, it doesn't come without side effects. So I just want you to kind of be briefed on that. But there's tons of people who use finasteride, dutasteride, and minoxidil. I'm not saying don't use it. I just want to let you know that yes, it's here for you, but sometimes you have to roll with the punches after you start using it. So I want to keep going and see what else. And Pink Intense said, yep, wild card is always best. And Cynthia said, wow. yes, it is. It's crazy. So Alma Brown said, what should we do to fix this? So Alma Brown, what I like to share with all my people is as a brief note, and I'm going to talk for like 2 more minutes. I need for you all to immediately find out what your blood type is and begin eating for your blood type. Begin eating alkaline. Detoxify your bodies. Detoxify your guts. Stop complaining that y'all don't want to sit in the bathroom and poop. That's the problem. All that poop is being reabsorbed back into the body. It's giving you leaky gut, and it's giving you all these autoimmune issues and the psoriasis and the eczema and all these issues because y'all want to go to the bathroom. So try finding out what your blood type is. Stop complaining and eat for your blood type. Work on reducing the sugars in your lifestyle. Find out, do you need your vitamin D raised? Find out what your iron levels are. Invest in yourself. Go get your blood work. Find out what's going on. If you eat an alkaline-rich diet, try to reduce the sugars in the processed foods. Clear out your liver. Work on your fatty liver by reducing all that sugar in the processed food. Clear out your gut. This is what we can do over time to help fix some of our issues. So it's not easy. Like I said, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. But, it's easier to complain than to do what it is that we're supposed to be doing. It's just like with our kids. We tell the kids, if you would just like I hear when I'm sitting in church every week, the Lord says, if you would just do what I would ask you to do, your peace will be like a river, like waves of the sea. If you would just stop eating all this crap, feed yourself good fruits, good vegetables, stop eating so much sugar, try to do what you can to reduce your medication, bring your food to work, cook your food at home, eat alkaline, and stop eating so many acidic foods and eat for your blood type. If we could just do some of this a little at a time, we can help our own body's issues and stay out the hospital and stay out the doctor's chair. But no, it's just easy to complain. It's easy to take the metformin and just keep eating the sugar and the white bread and the pasta and the Chick-fil-A. Oh, yeah, I get it all the time. And my clients, they come in with the 24-ounce latte with the whipped cream and the syrup around the bottom. And I just be like, I just want to knock you in your head. And you sit here complaining because your scalp hurt and that you're flaking and you're scaling and your body's in pain. You can't see, but you come in here with a 24-ounce cup of sugar. So that's what we need to do. We need to work on ourselves more and give our bodies what it truly needs. So I apologize. I can't answer any more questions because I got to dip off and get ready for my Zoom call. If you guys need me, please reach out through the link in the bio, leave me a comment, and I promise I'll get back to you. But remember, invest in yourself. Invest in yourself because I take no shorts. Once you got me, it's on and cracker sizzle lacking. I don't play no games, and I stay on top of you, and I'm here to support you. Love, peace, and hair grease, everybody. See y'all later.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning. How are you today?
I'm all right, yourself.
I am great, ma'am. It's wonderful to meet with you. Thank you so very much.
I'm so glad I stumbled across your Facebook page.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about what you're interested in today.
I saw that you do the front lace units. I'm interested in that. I also see that you said something about a cranial. What exactly is that?
It's a cranial prosthesis, ma'am.
And so is that what the front lace weave is also? That's the cranial?
No, ma'am. As a matter of fact, a cranial prosthesis, I want you to kind of understand. Do you know what a prosthesis is? I always got to kind of bring everybody back to what it is that they already know, but they don't know how to put the pieces together. What is a prosthesis?
Okay. Something artificial.
Yes, that you remove and replace at will. Okay. You understand that, right? Like yes. Okay. So any wig or hair addition is actually a cranial prosthesis, but there are varying degrees of a cranial prosthesis. Now, you've got the cheap version that everybody can do at home, which is a lace front. Then you have some stylists that'll help you with a lace front or a lace front and a quick weave. They're all varying degrees of a cranial prosthesis. However, as a hair loss specialist and non-surgical hair replacement specialist, I provide cranial prosthesis for those who are going through medical issues, alopecia, cancer. They're very heavy duty and they last a few years. This is not the same. It's not the same as a lace front. Not the same as a lace wig that you could buy online at Amazon. They're not the same at all. These are custom designed to fit you and only you. No one else can wear it. Your sister can't wear it. Nobody else can wear it. And they're heavy duty. They're durable. So when you order them, sometimes you can send them back when they start to thin. But once you get it, you don't throw it in the trash. Okay, so there are differences in the different types of cranial prosthesis, but a lace front is a low scale cranial prosthetic. So yes, we do have varying degrees of hair replacement. It just depends on what your needs are, how you like to wear it, the maintenance that's involved, what you want to do. Do you sweat? So it's really for me to kind of answer all of your questions.
Okay. Well, yes, I do sweat. I'm in this menopausal part of life, so I started to sweat even more. I do want something that I could probably take on or off because I do sometimes shave my hair bald and wear it bald. I'm not against that, but sometimes I just want hair. Depends on the mood. So something that I could take on and off is preferable, but something that's also more natural like. Versus the quick weaves, I've had my share. I've been dealing with this for 20 years, so I've had my share of every weave. And so I'm sorry, but I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I just lost you. It just kind of dipped out for a second.
That's I don't know what happened, but so for over the last 20 years, I've had everything. Okay. So for the last 4 or 5 years, I've been wearing it completely bald. But like I said, sometimes I just want hair, and not with all the glue and that part. That's a mess.
Right.
So something that is, and I've had lace fronts done with the weave in the back, but the young lady, she just wasn't very. I just couldn't find her again. Let's put it that way.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that, but yes, I mean, I love all of the images that you sent. You just really have to tell me kind of what works for you. Do you want to leave your own hair out? Do you want something to totally cover your head? What is it that you're really interested in going into? Do you want something curly? Do you want it to be straight? Like, what works for you?
Oh, yeah, straight, definitely. I did start letting the back grow in again, but I know that it's starting to get a little patchy too, so I don't know how full that will actually get if I let it come all the way back in, because it's starting to get a little patchy here and there. So I guess something that could perhaps blend, not really show the whole back, but I want the nape line to be natural.
Okay, we can definitely do that. If that's possible. Yes, ma'am. And then next, so what I would like to present to you is maybe a glueless hair system that's probably full lace. because the skin-based systems and the poly systems, those you can't do glueless. You can only really do glueless when it's full lace.
Okay.
So we can definitely help you with that. And then when you come, if you don't know how to do it already, I walk you through all the ways and the tricks and tips that you can do to get it to stay on and stay in place, so it stays down for a couple days to a week. But if you're a sweater, it doesn't matter how much of anything we put on it. Sweat and salt and water will loosen every bond with time. So you have your choice of wearing a glueless system for a couple days or however long it will stay on. Then you'd have to really get yourself skilled with having to rinse your unit out, putting it on your little white mannequin head, letting it dry, and then when you're ready, you go through it all over again. And all the steps that I share with you, you're gonna have to go through that repeatedly to keep it in place.
Okay.
So it can be done. Good. I also share with my clients, if they want to even, you okay?
Yeah, I'm talking to my partner. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
If you guys want, you can join in and call together if you want.
No, he's waiting just to measure my head, but go ahead to the bathroom, babe. Go ahead. I'm sorry. He was just waiting to measure for me.
It's okay. It's all right. So what I wanted to share also is, even if you wanted to get a light temporary hold, I share with my ladies how to use specific tapes, daily wear tape for a couple days, tape if you want to keep it on for a month. Whatever it is that you decide, I will help you with it when you arrive.
Okay. Yeah, I have seen some videos where people use the tape. Yeah, okay.
Yes. And I never let anyone leave without making sure they got a packet of what they need before they leave. I got your bonnet, I got your wrap strips, your tape. If you need the tacky hold gel to keep it in place for a couple days as opposed to a month, I've got it. I just want to let you know that I have all that. You can't see it because I got this, little divider here, but I have all that here for you. So last but not least, so now we know that you do go through some sweats and you may want to just keep it on temporarily. One of my last questions is, what color would you like?
Black. Just black.
Oh, okay. All right.
Maybe. Huh?
Oh, no. I was just going to say, because you had said...
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. It's going in and out.
I know. I have a really bad signal. Here at the salon. I apologize. Sometimes my Zoom, it kind of goes in and out. So I do have the two pictures. One is blonde, but it's short, like a pixie. Then I have the darker color, short, in a pixie. But I wasn't sure because I had two pictures that had blonde. So I wasn't sure what color you wanted.
Yeah, I just sent those for an idea, not really the color. But yeah, I think I'll stick with black because this goes with everything. I don't have to worry about blonde hair with a red outfit. Just black.
Okay. So our full lace.
I'm a neutral girl. I'm just neutral.
That's okay. Our full lace units, they begin at $700. If you want to drive here to New Jersey, a full session, which will take about 3 hours, is $299 for your very first session, because we got to get it all measured and customized on your head. Even though I take measurements now, sometimes I have to make sure that it's customized when you arrive, because I sometimes will trim off some of the excess lace before you come, because I've gotten your advanced measurements. But when you come, I still have to get it customized and detailed when you arrive. To do that process, to cut it, have you all styled and everything, usually takes about 3 hours. So the initial session when you come to me for the very first time is $299. But any maintenance visits after that, it will never be the same price, because we're only cutting it that one time. Did the feed go in and out? Because I lost you for a minute. Miss Trina? Miss Trina? Miss Trina?
Okay. That sounds good.
I got you frozen. I'm sorry. Can you hear me okay?
No, it did, but I heard you.
Okay. And whenever you're ready to get started, I have the capacity to fit you in. I don't have a lot of weekend appointments.
Yes.
Whenever you're ready to get started. Can you hear me?
My goodness. Yes.
Are you on Wi-Fi right now? Are you using Wi-Fi?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. No, I was saying, are you using Wi-Fi right now? Here we go.
Here we go. We're back.
I don't know what's going on today. This is never this bad for me.
But yes, I'm on the internet.
Okay,
I'm
good.
on the Wi-Fi.
Okay, all righty. So I just wanted to let you know that I do have immediate openings.
Oh, now I can barely hear you. Hold on. Okay, can you say it again?
I said I do have immediate openings.
Okay.
And yes.
Yeah, it'll probably have to be within the next 2 weeks because I'm in school right now and I'm done at the end of June, so it'll have to be at the end of June.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Are you a teacher?
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Are you a teacher? No, just I'm going to school for some nursing classes.
Okay. So how I like to help everyone get started is... It's an echo. I forward an invoice just to be able to get the product.
Okay.
So I can just go ahead and order it and begin working on it. And that will allow us to get you on the schedule.
Okay.
All right. And then the remainder, you can just take care of it when you arrive, the day of installation.
Okay. That sounds good.
All righty. So whenever you're ready, you can just reach out via text and let me know that you want me to send you the invoice because I know you want to wait until you get finished with school.
But you can still send it to me today and we can go from there.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Did you have any additional questions for me?
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Did you have any additional questions for me? No, I just my choice of style is a pixie cut, as you saw from the pictures.
Yes.
I'm just noticing now with aging, I might not go as short as I would 20 years ago. So it might have to just be like a medium pixie, medium length instead of the 1-inch pixies I used to wear. So it's something that kind of just frames my face and just fits me. And besides that, I'm good.
Okay. All righty. And if you have any additional pictures, send them on over.
Okay.
All right.
So just send me that invoice so we can go from there.
Okay. Thank you so much for meeting with me today.
Thank you. And have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.